go out there and suck some damn body. Yo, what's going on, everybody? So if you do or do not know, yesterday, Shark Mob announced that they are releasing the summer update, which is going to be launching on July 14th. Here to talk about it today is my two homeboys, RGB Gremlin, which is right below me on the screen. Mm-hmm. And then below him, still, yeah, I know, he doesn't have a camera yet, is Rippin' down at the bottom. Well, he doesn't seem like he wants to say hello to anybody. But anyways, so what's in this summer update that's coming out July 14th? Well, they're adding 2 new melee weapons. They're adding a knife and a crowbar. There's going to be 100 new items in the Battle Pass. There's going to be new map locations that have opened up. Also, in Elysium, the Ventru area, which was previously locked in Elysium, is opening, along with Tordor Maya's nightclub. They're also adding controller improvements, new options, new control schemes, and a new game mode, which I think everybody's super excited about, including us. And that's going to be a 8v8 team deathmatch. So 2 teams of 8. You queue in as duos with 3 other duo squads on your team. You get unlimited respawns. First team to reach 50 kills wins. So typical, right? Then they're going to be based on 5 different levels based on different sections of Prague. Team-specific spawning, timed universal ammo and loot spawns, and then you get max resonance at the start of the game. That's going to allow you to use all your powers more often, and this is going to be the only game mode that offers that. So, Rippin', Gremlin, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about the game mode?
Well, so first of all, this is what we basically said we wanted in our last video. We said we wanted a new game mode, something that wasn't VR, something you could kind of just, chill around, maybe be competitive in. So, good for that. My biggest concern is the combination of 8v8 and loading in as duos. And the main reason is just because you have this game that has recently been eliminating duos and quads, and you have to load in either as a solo or as a trio group. And now all of a sudden, when you have this group of 3 that you're constantly playing with, here's a new game mode, but you have to load in as duos. And you can kind of get past that by, trying to load in at the same time, but there's a chance you don't get into the same game, and there's a chance that you don't get on the same team.
Not realistic.
Yeah, so those, I'm curious to see how it's gonna play out, but I don't like the fact that you are basically splitting up trios that have been playing together for months now, because that's what their main game mode has been, is trio BRs.
Yeah, like us. That's mainly what we do is trios. So
duos when we can and when it's offered. But,
right.
I'd like to see 6v6, or 9v9. That way, at least with 6v6, you could do solo queues, duo queues, trio queues, and it wouldn't really change anything.
Right. So, well, see, I like the idea of 6v6 because then that gives you the possibility of queuing. I mean, if they allow it, you can queue as trios or duos or solos. Yeah. That gives you all the options there, which would be nice. But I mean,
I do like the game mode, but I'd like to see flexible queue numbers for your team size rather than just duos or solos.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's kind of like how Battlefield used to be. Like you'd have 4 or however many teams of 4, but you couldn't talk to the other teams of 4 unless you were in game chat. But that's a totally different issue. But
yeah, I feel like they're kind of handicapping themselves, right? Because you're gonna have groups of 2 that are gonna play TDM when they can. But us, if we're all 3 trying to play, we're not going to sit there and try and struggle to get on the same team in, a TDM match. We're just going to play,
right.
VR.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
They're kind of handicapping themselves there.
I like that they're moving this direction of TDM because, like you said previously, that we had talked about that in our podcast that we did just a few days ago, and they need another game mode. I think they mentioned too something about that's going to help newer players kind of acclimate to the game a little bit better.
I wonder if that's why.
I think that regardless, the game needs it.
Yeah. Regardless, even for seasoned vets, need something to changed up.
Yeah. And the thing that I like about it a lot is that it's a lot more, in my opinion, it's easier to have that be a competitive game mode than BRs. BRs definitely can be competitive, but they're, mainly in the kill race type and stuff like that, or, you being on the same team and just seeing who gets more kills and stuff like that, which, that's okay, but that's just kind of making do with what you can. But the main thing you kind of touched on a minute ago, Gremlin, was the communication between your teammates. That's the thing I'm not a big fan of. You have 3 other squads on your team that you may not be able to talk to. Right. And because a lot of people don't really use game chat like that. Most people are in Discord talking, amongst whoever they're playing with and stuff like that. So that could be a bit of a challenge. But
yeah. I had one person this morning that I heard over the mic, but that was random trios, or was it duos? It was duos, I think. Yeah. It was duos. But even still, that's once a week when I'm playing with randoms that I'll hear somebody over the mic.
Right.
Yeah, we're never in game chat, so.
Yeah, so
and that's the reason. If they're queuing up together, they're more than likely in Discord or something else.
Yeah. And they did say it's kind of like a beta thing. They're going to take feedback and everything, which is what they should do. It's something new they're implementing. They don't know exactly how it's going to go. We don't know how it's going to go as a community, but I love the direction that it's going. I think this game needs that. It's going to be a little bit more contained, more structured, but I'm not so sold on the 8v8 just yet. I much rather would prefer a 6v6 option where you could do solos, duos, or trios. But I'm also interested to see how they design the levels, the 5 different levels. How much verticality is going to be involved? How big is the space going to be? We see a lot of fire and stuff on the trailer here, but okay, it looks like they have blue and red smoke where the spawns come out of, which is kind of cool. But
yeah,
I'm just wondering how exactly everything's going to be designed. Super excited about it, and I'm also curious about the timed ammo and loot spawns. Are those going to be more of power weapon type spawns, stuff like that? Do you start with a pistol like you do in BR and then you still have to loot like normal? Is it going to be more like arena style where I doubt you're going to have to buy anything like you do in typical Counter-Strike or Apex or anything like that?
I would be down. I had recommended arena mode, I think, when we were talking about it before.
Oh yeah,
I would love to see an arena mode, but I'm wondering if is it going to be one of those things where only one person can really have the sniper on your team, where people are going to be camping sniper spawns and stuff like that, or is it going to be random?
I feel like you kind of have to have an arena style in this game. I feel like this game is way too fast paced to expect people to loot in a smaller section.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Right? So
how's the loot?
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, how's the loot going to be split up, and how long is it going to take to get to it, and how long is it going to take for the other team to jump on you, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about it, though. I think it's a step in the right direction. We need something like this, and you guys said you're ready for the feedback, so you will be getting it, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's great feedback. So, but I know we're all really excited about it. So thank you for adding a new game mode. That's great. You guys got anything else on it?
No, that's about it.
No, the only thing I was going to say, when I saw the trailer and you had mentioned the fire on the buildings and the walls of flames and everything.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer at first, my first reaction was, here they go, already, updating the map, setting things on fire, changing it up, and I thought it was a bad move. But if the fire is just there to kind of section off the smaller map that you're going to be playing on TDM, then I think that's actually a really cool way of actually, making that map smaller and, keeping people within a small section of proc.
Yeah, and really, now that I'm watching the trailer more, it only looks like there's just the typical things on fire, like toward the start of the trailer. I don't really see any. I don't see any boundary on the trailer, like any clear boundary. So I don't know. I guess we'll see on that, but yeah. But that would be cool though. So the next thing that they are doing in this update is they're going to be doing bug fixes and improvements, which I know everybody has been waiting for that. And yeah, they've taken some time, but apparently there's things like it's the whole Hydra bug thing, where they fix one thing and then something else pops up or whatever, and apparently the reload bug is because of the hit registration bug that they fixed in the right after the game was released. That was a issue. I don't remember if it was in early access or not, but the hit regulation or hit register bug was basically you start shooting somebody, you're unloading like a full clip into them, you're not getting any hit markers, you're not getting any damage. So they fixed that, and what happened as a result is something broke, and we got the reload bug because of it. So which is super, super annoying. But the good news is that they seem to have identified the issue, and a quote from them is that it should have minimal impact of player experience, and any potential anomalies of this can swiftly be addressed in the form of hot fixes, as we no longer must wait for dependencies on other components of the game to be finished, which is something they also talk about later on as well. And it also stemmed from a desync issue between the client and the server. So, but good news is they seem to have figured it out, and hopefully it's fixed, and we can stop being so damn irritated about it. I know, Rippin, you've been especially irritated about it.
It's hit me quite a few times, and it's not fun. The only thing I'm wondering though is it seems really weird to me. This is me being a coder and doing all the computer stuff for work, but it seems really weird that the exact same issue would be caused by a client server desync, and also something in the code like fixing hit reg. It seems weird that the exact same thing would be a code problem and also a sync server problem. But as long as it gets fixed, I don't care. I'm not going to question it. Yeah, just glad it's getting fixed finally.
Right. Yeah, I think it was something with ammo not being properly synchronized, something like that.
Yeah, it would say you had a certain amount locally.
Yeah.
And when it tried to refresh, it would basically act like you never reloaded the gun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great news, because
yeah,
we all hate it, and that is in something else we also brought up previously. In our opinion, that was pretty much the biggest thing that you could say is game breaking, is the reload bug, and it's running rampant. So super excited for you guys to get that fixed. They're also apparently
running wild.
And bitch is running wild, dog. They're also fixing the phantom red gas, which is also a client server desync issue. Yeah. And they said that they've improved the method of which is used to send information between the two. They said that they've tested internally and they have not found it to reoccur. So the red gas was an annoyance. It wasn't game breaking, but it'd piss you off. And apparently too, I'd never experienced this. I don't know if you guys have, but not only would you take damage from the gas while you were clearly not in it, but apparently there was also instances where you could be in the gas and not take damage from it. I actually saw a video of that for the first time yesterday. I didn't know that was a thing.
That happened to me earlier today. I was playing solos and I respawned like real late, like 5-6 people left, and then when it respawned me with my last life, I was deep in the gas, and like normal was a really irritating issue, but I wasn't taking damage immediately until the countdown timer was over for logging you back in. But usually it'd be ticking right off the bat, just immediately.
Right.
Yeah, I never had that happen either. One thing I did notice, and I never mentioned this because it was in the middle of a game, and I think we were pushing another team when I noticed it. But if you're looking at the map, when the zone is closing in, you have a white outline of where the new zone is going to end, and then you can see the red gas kind of closing in. And what I saw on the mini map was the red gas was closing in, but there was a big chunk where it had a white outline for a safe zone that was in the zone. And it wasn't like a small piece. It was probably 3 or 4 blocks that were just chunked out into the red zone on the minimap. And I thought it was really weird, and that could be part of the server issue. Maybe that was just an exaggerated instance, but I saw that. I thought it was weird, but I didn't mention anything because, like I said, we were in a game, and I think we were pushing another team at that point.
Well, good news is they seem to be fixing it. And I'm just saying, I would love to have more instances of, personally me not taking damage. So if you guys could make that happen, but just for me though, that'd be great. And maybe these 2 guys too. But anyways, so they're also doing performance improvements in general. Apparently they have improved performance on DirectX 12 for Windows, which I know a lot of people have had issues with. And that should allow for smoother gameplay and less stuttering. They've also improved the caching utilization by cutting down on bloat or things that don't need to be readily accessible in the memory. Faster startup times, fewer stutters, increased frame rates, and a feeling of overall increased control throughout the game. And then I don't know how... I never really had any big issues with performance on this game. Every once in a while, my game would crash. But as far as when I'm in it, I mean, I've got full graphics. I mean, I've got graphics turned all the way up, and I'm usually around 120, 140 frames, and the game's running fine until I crash. But that doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen either. I mean, we do have pretty good computers.
Yeah.
So it could just be on lower end graphics cards, things like that. And the DirectX stuff, you can't even really blame SharkMob for that because I know for Warzone that was an issue for a lot of people, and I think even me before I got my last graphics card, where I would have to go into the actual startup settings and tell it to run on DirectX 11 because there was something wrong with DirectX 12. So I know it's not just them, but it's good that they're actually looking into that and trying to fix it.
Right. Well, that's good news. So for you guys that have been having performance issues, well, hopefully after this, they won't really be a thing anymore. So you can play this game silky smooth like we do most of the time.
Always smooth.
Always smooth, baby.
Always smooth.
So that brings us to the next thing that they're updating, which is they're updating what they refer to as their big rig. And I could try to explain this to you. Probably going to do a terrible job of it. So I've got it straight from them, a little video that's on their site. You can go to their site, find it. But I figured we just let this guy explain it to you for a second.
Hi, my name is Eric Nilsson. I'm the art director for Bloodhunt. What is Big Rig? I mean, you might think it's about vampires driving trucks or something like that, but that's not actually what it's about. It's about the skeletal structure inside the characters, the rig, that we use to animate them. And it's also about the bodies. Like the characters are very complex, and we're trying to make them less so that we can produce outfits faster. The biggest issue we had to tackle was that all of the different clans have their own unique hand-sculpted mesh for all the different bodies. And every time we have to make an outfit that fit all of them, we have to make a separate version for every single clan. So that means 8 versions of an outfit. You know, if you have a hoodie, that's 8 hoodies instead of 8 new outfits, for example. So obviously we still want to keep the distinct look of different clans. We still want the Nosferatu to look just the way they do in the game now, and the Bruja to look the same, and the Tordo to look the same, and so on. So what we wanted to do was move away from having pre-sculpted bodies that we had to take into account every time we made an outfit, and instead make that in engine via a lot of cool little solutions. So what does this mean for the future? I mean, it just means that we want to be able to push out a lot of smaller, faster, tighter updates more consistently, rather than having these big, like, slow updates that everyone has to kind of wait for.
And then this is where we show them the new content.
No. No.
Come on, just
No, we talked about this.
No.
You're not allowed to.
All right. Well, sounds good to me. So basically, it seems that they have just kind of, remodeled all the stuff that they're doing. So they basically kind of started from scratch on some stuff, and, to improve the character models and to better streamline their way of making vanity items and the characters looking in general. So hopefully that means we get more and frequent content and, cosmetics, which is, I know that's been an issue of ours, is there just doesn't seem to be enough. So I'm super excited for that. And especially if everything's more streamlined, they can get it done easier and quicker and more efficiently. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it sounds pretty damn sweet to me.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. I'd have to go and look into some stuff and watch the video again a couple times. But basically, what I'm getting from them is every time they had to make something, they had to make it 7+ times because they had to make it for each individual character.
Right.
Which now all they have to do is make 2, one for the male body type, one for the female body type, and then that can be used across all of those characters. So, I mean, if you look at it from like a production standpoint, if you tell somebody, hey, you need to make, 10 outfits, then the older way, they would have to make it 70 different times. Now it's 20.
Right.
So you're going to be able to push out a lot more content, get stuff done quicker, and hopefully it's not just, random cheap stuff. It's, more, I don't think they call it legendary, but like epic or whatever they call it.
More cool shit.
More cool shit.
Yeah. We want that real cool shit, dude. That's what we need. We need more of that. So, and I mean, improved graphics. I mean, the models look a lot better. I mean, everything looks pretty damn good.
Just from the pictures they showed, they do look a lot better.
Yeah.
They don't look as choppy, I guess is a good word to say.
Well, they've got more definition now, which is good.
Yeah.
So a little bit more detail. So, and one thing we know too is RGB Gremlin. He don't want to play unless his character looks fly as hell. So, or stupid as hell, whichever.
It's more stupid than fly.
Stupid fly.
Stupid fly, dog.
Stupid fly.
Oh man. So
I know they didn't state, but possibly it looked like there also may be a new character coming. I don't know. I'm hoping. That's one of the biggest things I've been hoping for over.
Yeah, it
everything.
did. It looked like a new Ventrue, from what I saw, because I think they did the what's the ability? The
marble.
Marble. Yeah, they did the marble.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell if that's an enforcer or because I couldn't tell if he did like a different ability or anything. All I could really recognize.
It looks like an enforcer to me. I don't know. I mean, I've figured. I mean, putting out a new character this soon, especially. I mean, that's pretty quick. I mean, I don't know of other games.
Yeah.
I don't know of other games that have released a new character like shortly after launch. Like, I mean, not 3 months.
I would much rather them work on making the characters that they have now good, throwing some fixes out for those instead of throwing out new characters and ignoring the OGs.
Yeah, especially with I mean, there's quite a bit in this update. I mean, and it's not small little things. I mean, the team's obviously been working their asses off. So, I mean, the new game mode we talked about, didn't think it was coming this quick. I mean, all the, the bug fixes seem to be pretty, extensive, I guess. So, with the other updates and stuff that they've made, especially revamping the whole entire big rig that they use, that's a big undertaking. You know what I mean? So
yeah, the game's not even a year old, and they already redid a significant part of their back end.
Right. Yeah. So that's a lot of stuff. I mean, I want a new character too, but better than that, I want the game to play the way that we want it to, and that's enjoyable and fun and competitive, and it's going to, drive more people to be interested in playing it. So, but yeah. But after that gets sorted out, yeah, give us like 14 new characters. Screw it. Let's go. But
Drop them all at once.
Yeah. And also something that I found on another site, another article, which I think is huge news. But VG 24/7 had a interview with producer David Serland. And this is what he was saying about, essentially, he was talking about how the original Battle Pass for Season 1 didn't go the way they planned. They tried to go the standard Battle Pass way, which is, like 12-week season, 100-level Battle Pass. But he stated they realized that they could not sustain that as a team, and it was also hurting their ability to make needed fixes and updates. Apparently those, the fixes and, the Battle Pass, the cosmetics and everything, apparently those things just go hand in hand with how they were doing things. But they've decided to completely scrap the whole typical season blueprint formula, and they're moving forward with a monthly game update plan. Now, the time to player is the new goal moving forward. So it seems like they're, more cognizant of the player's time that they're, putting into the game, what's going on, unlocks, all the whole 9 yards. They're trying to, pay attention to our time here, guys. So they did state, David Serland stated that this, I quote, "It might not be that initially, but that's the goal for those updates. Bug fixes and responses to issues will be separate from the content updates. We want to try to see if it's better to do 100 ranks and make it cheaper, or shorter passes released more often better. That's something we will work on for sure as we go forward, and we don't expect this one to last the full 12 weeks. So it seems like this update, we're not getting the monthly thing, but that's where they're shooting for, and they don't think this season is going to last 12 weeks. So it seems like they have a feeling they're going to get it implemented sooner than later. And also, the Battle Pass is cheaper. It's only going to be 650 tokens instead of the 950 tokens, which is about $5.99 compared to $9.99. So that's good news. I mean, it's $3 cheaper, but I wonder if they're going to mess with how fast you progress through the Battle Pass or not. But the thing I love about it is the monthly thing. Once they get to that means we're going to be getting more content more often, bug fixes, hot fixes, general updates are going to be coming a lot quicker, because that's been one of the biggest things about, one of the biggest things that they've been catching a bunch of shit about is how slow they are of fixing things.
All right.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, well, you paused. You didn't
I thought
ask
you
the
were
crowd.
still going.
Hey man, I need y'all to just, you got to read me. Read me.
Look, you didn't throw the ball up there for me to spike it. All right.
Hey,
That's what I need.
It
I
happens.
need that. I need that little. I need the
Need
set.
you to sweat.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah. All right. So you threw a lot of information at me there, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to follow along here.
Yeah,
So,
decipher that goodness.
yeah. Okay. So I do tech stuff for a living. I'm a release engineer. I know about bug fixes and product releases, things like that. I cannot say anything about video games because I've never done any work in the video game industry. Could be completely different. I don't know. But just from my experience and what I do, I don't understand why the content updates were tied into the bug fix and issue updates to begin with.
Well, I don't know if they were necessarily tied together, but it seems like because of the other things they were doing with content and stuff like that, and I mean, we've said it before. We know they're not a big company. I mean, they're a new game studio, so
Right,
they
but
probably
if
just got so much going on that some matters were more pressing for some other reasons, so they weren't able to do more so needed things. You know?
Right, but like I'm looking at the quote, bug fixes and responses to issues will be separate from content updates too.
Right.
So that right there tells me that they weren't, which is not good. I mean, if you look at Fortnite, Apex, Warzone, anything that has a battle pass, there will be at least 5-6 times in the battle pass, maybe more, where you log in and it's, oh, you have an update, and it's a few hundred megs, maybe a gig and a half, and you hurry up, you do that update, you go in, you're still halfway through the battle pass. Then when they redo the battle pass and you get a new season, that's when the new features, new guns, new all the stuff that's extra, where it's a 30 plus gig install, basically reinstalling the whole game. That's where those come in.
Right.
So like that's what I'm hoping we get to for this, where you don't have to wait months for a bug fix.
Right.
So hopefully we're on the right track there. My concern with the battle pass is multiple things. One, with the shorter battle pass, I think they need to increase how you earn XP, because there are going to be people that can't play that often, and usually that's why you have 3 months, is because it gives the people that don't grind on the game a chance to actually get all of the the items, I guess. So you need that, but it also worries me that if they're doing 100 level battle pass every month, how are they going to come up with legitimate content to throw on there that isn't just the same outfit with a different color or a different logo, or hey, here's the same pair of sunglasses that are just oval instead of circles, right? Like, how are they going to come up with fresh content every month if that's the way that they're moving?
Right. That is a valid question. But I mean, maybe with their new big rig update, they're going to be able to do it. Or maybe that's been one of the biggest issues of why the content has been lacking so far, is because of that. I mean, it seems like the way they were doing things was not efficient, and it seems like the way that they're going to be doing it now is much more efficient. So, I mean, I'm questioning it too. I'm excited to see it. And I'm curious to see what they're going to come up with. But I mean, I like the monthly thing though. It's different, and I mean, it's giving more to your player base. So, sounds like a win-win if it's executed properly.
Yep. And I mean, for basically everything that we've gone over, I'm happy. Excuse me. I'm happy with the changes. I have no issues at all. I might have a couple questions about implementation, but overall, the direction that we're heading, I'm really excited about.
Same here. Gremlin seems to be quite excited.
I mean, I'm excited about just a few of the things. I mean, like the rest of it, it's
You're not really that impressed?
I mean, it is what it is. Like the TDM, I'm somewhat excited about, except that it's really going to be hard for us to bring a whole team in, and I'm looking forward to a new player or to a new character. And but I mean, I'm looking forward to a lot of the changes coming forward. I'm just gonna wait, and I try not to work myself up
Right.
before something.
You want to see it.
Yeah, I try
Yeah.
not to let myself down.
All right, Shark Mob, don't let Gremlin be let down here. Don't
Yeah, don't let me be let down.
don't let him down, man. Don't let us
Let
down.
me let myself down.
But look, I think it's a move in the right direction. I think we're all three excited about it. You know, Gremlin's just trying to, pull it back a little bit, pump the brakes,
Contain myself.
Yeah, because I mean, we do have to see how it's executed. So, but very happy with the work that you guys have been putting in. We know you guys have been busting your ass over there, so we appreciate it. And like we said before, we want this game to get out to more people. We want to see this thing go to the top. So I'm just saying,
Make
though,
me want to spend my money.
yeah, we'll spend some money up in here. Like I ain't got money to blow or nothing, but I mean, I want to look good on the game while I'm kicking some ass. So, but any final thoughts, or was that your final thoughts?
I mean, that's pretty much my final thought.
I thought so. So cool. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you guys are excited about it. If you're not, or if you are, whatever you feel, leave us some comments down below. We'll get back to you, and we'd love to see what you guys think. So, yeah, good job, Shark Mob, and we're looking forward to it. Well, only a few more days on the 14th, and we get to get this bitch rocking. Hopefully, it goes smooth. But
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully. I guess we'll wait and find out. But anyways, I guess that's it for us, guys. So
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll have more coming your way before too long. So
Woo-woo.
I guess we'll see y'all next time. Go out there and suck somebody. Peace out. Suck some damn body.
Get out there and suck some damn.
That's right. All right.
Get out there and
Peace.
start sucking.
Oh, wait. Never mind. For myself, BunyBreadSlayer, for RGB Gremlin, and for Rippin'. Go out there and suck some damn body.
You know what I mean?